Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry, and it's time for some more adventures of Ash and Steel, but first, something's desperately trying to fall over on my desk, so I'm just quickly fixing it. There we go, much better. Alright, let's try heading back to the outskirts to find a large white squiggly mark on the ground that may or may not enable us to map out the area. I believe there is one underneath the broken rocks by what looks like a teleporter thing. And those don't seem to count, so I'm going to look for another one.
Another barnacle bucket wrecked in the reefs.
And hopefully, while I search for that, the game will stabilize its performance and allow me to play more smoothly. Now, it's about a week, roughly, at this point, until the Gothic remake comes out, which I will be looking forward to enjoying. I have never played any of the Gothic games before in my life, apart from maybe watching one or two reviews, or a review of the combat system a few years ago. I know very little except that it's about a character who's obviously called Ponytail Man because he doesn't even have a name, and his ponytail is his only distinguishing feature. However, I am aware that this game is based rather heavily upon and inspired by the Gothic series, and I've enjoyed this game for the most part so far. And the things that I've heard about the Gothic series, such as combat animations actually changing as the character increases in combat skill. And we don't quite have that here. Our basic standard combat animations remain the same. We have access to some more flashy animations that happen when we press buttons or when we parry and so on. But it seems that in the original Gothic, the actual basic attack and dodge and so on and block animations improved as the character gained skill. And it does seem that that is actually carried across to the remake. Now, I'm aware there's a bit of a controversy about characters being redesigned for a modern gaming audience who never turn up to buy the bloody thing in the first place anyway, so
this is nothing in comparison.
It's more of a defensive action because they'll kick up a fuss.
Someone was out wandering the streets and yelling like a bloody fool again last night.
Something was banging around in the cellar all night.
You know
Couldn't
what?
bring myself to risk checking what it was.
Having not played the original games, I do know that when they were made, character models were very exaggerated due to limitations of the body models they could make. Lots of very harsh angles, lots of characters with very short hairstyles or short ponytails, because it was a very easy character model to make. You know, people wouldn't feel odd about a woman not having long flowing hair if she had it in a bun or a short little ponytail that didn't even move, you know. Whereas if it was a great big thing sticking out that didn't move, it would look rather odd. Now, I've got a inkling about over here near the sewer entrance, or maybe by the resting spot. So anyway, I haven't played the original Gothic games. I've got a rough idea what the limitations of the time would have allowed the character models to look like. And honestly, the only thing I've really got to compare it to is this. So I'm happy to give it a try and be like, hey look, this is the new version, it's the only version I know, deal with it bitches, you know. And yeah, I'm aware of the reason why some of the characters were highly sexualized in the original game. So, not here. Oh, hello. Well, unless you know a good way out of here, you're just going to have to stay there, aren't you? It is entirely possible the exploration point could be on one of the islands off the coast, and let's hope that's not the case. Well, off the shore. I don't think that's really a coastal shoreline. I think that's a island or lake within the island itself. Island or lake? I meant an islet, but it's a bit larger than an islet. That's more like a lake. Right, so let us continue searching. And perhaps I should jog a little. And maybe be on the lookout for any rare herbs that might be worth plucking while I'm at it. I might have at one point been offered a free copy of Gothic 1 on GOG. If so, it's on the account, but I've never played it. Never even downloaded it. So, why have I not played the Gothic games? Well, for starters, they're called Gothic and have nothing to do with Goths, as far as I'm aware. You know, it's nothing to do with one of the main tribes who destroyed the Roman Empire, or maybe something to do with the Gothic architecture. Perhaps the orcs in the game are supposed to represent the Goths, the Visigoths, the Vandals and the Huns or something in some way. I really don't know. Is the place where it's called Goth? I don't know. Again, it's one of those things where the name feels at odds with the content. And it's like, why did they even call it this? Probably because they thought people would like it and go, oh yeah, I've got a vague idea what that might be, or they were... It's like when you see games from the 80s and 90s, especially Japanese ones, that will have a horse called Freya or something, and you're like, why? What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh yeah, we just thought it was a really cool name. Well, this is Thor, this is Odin the dog. You know, it's like, fuck off, you wanker. You know, just stealing names but have a certain provenance. With you know, no respect for what the name originally stands for or might have meant, and using it for something completely irrelevant just because they feel like it and can't be asked to come up with something of their own. And I have a feeling that's where the Gothic name comes into play. It was a case of using an existing name because they couldn't be bothered to come up with their own. Hello, who's this? Oh, it's a guard. So, regardless of whether that's true or not, that might be one of the reasons why I got put off playing it. Because it felt like a really unimaginative, highly derivative name for no reason. Could it be something to do with Gothic literature? Or people who wear lots of black clothes, a lot of very white makeup, and drink a lot of coffee, and smoke cigarettes, and hate the world, and want to destroy everything, including themselves? Again, nothing. You know, just a blank emptiness, no real information. And maybe finding it, you know, maybe if I play it, I will discover this is what this particular version of Gothic means. Is it? And here's where we might have a slight bit of something, and I think I see a plant I can pick. Is it because the original game was, I believe, made by a German company, and the Goths were a Germanic tribe? Were they sort of saying, yeah, this isn't an American game, this isn't a Russian game, this is a German game, a Gothic game, one we have made. Ah! sort of claiming ownership of the game. That is a distinct possibility, and one almost worthy of respect. Although I think they could have still probably come up with a better name for the game. I was going to say a better name for it, but I started going into game. I was like, come up with a better game for it? That sounds very wrong, doesn't it? Right, so...
I've heard of him, and his sticky fingers.
Anyway. Apparently it's something to do with being in a prison on an island. In a prison colony where we can't leave the island. And everything's locking up. I'm going to presume it's an autosave. Ah, the screen darkened as well. Evening is drawing on. I see. Oh! We could try to return to Pinker, who should be somewhere down in the docks. Somewhere. Not necessarily in the inn. As we have discovered, he can be found outside strolling around the streets. And wow! The game is still laggy. So I'm aware that there are not very many female characters in the game. In fact, I'm aware that the first game had a reputation for there being no women in the game, and it being an all-male game, a very manly game. Now, at the point when the first Gothic game came out, a lot of Spanish and Italian and German games were very macho. Lots of big, muscle-bound barbarians and not a lot of feminine characters. That actually still holds true of a lot of Italian and Spanish games nowadays. It's like, big man, muscle, strong, you know. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's an observation. However, that could be one reason why there's not a lot of women in the game. However, I'm told that the women in the prison mining colony were supplied as sex slaves to keep the men entertained, and that's why they were massively over-sexualized in their appearance and their dress. However, that doesn't excuse things like triangular heads and protractor through the head hairstyles from evil manga poo. But you get the point, there's technical limits. However, people are complaining that the new versions of the female characters look, well, not very pretty. Now,
fog's rolling in. Weather looks grim.
I do have a take on this, right, which is, guess what? They look a bit pretty, not massively so, you know, they're not supermodels or anything, but hey, they are slaves in a prison colony. They don't exactly get the best pick of the food and water, you know. They might not get to... They probably get to make themselves look pretty a bit, but they don't get all the resources. Let's have a quick run around the area.
My bones are aching again. Been trying all sorts of ointments. Nothing helps.
Because
Why
I
is he
want to
wearing that
see...
junk?
And we've got plenty of time till nightfall still. So I want to see if we can find this map point. Now, it's entirely possible. We've only found 3 map points so far. The first one was not one of those ugly white things. The other 2 were. So it is entirely possible that not every map point looks like a great big ugly white thing. It is, however, also entirely possible that the first one did not, because they wanted it to be special and something for us to seek out. But after that, all of the others may be. So let's have a quick nosy around here.
honest trade, by the way.
Oh, that's fine. We may very well trade with you rather honestly in the not too distant future. However, for now, you know what? We should put our helmet on. Come on, game. There we go now. Wait. So that's where the monster lives, isn't it? So where's that other one go? We should check that out. So there were white markings on the floor up here, or on the ground rather, but they appear rather different. And we didn't hear a rumbling in the ground near them this time either. I don't think there are markings up there, but we can easily go and check. Or we could come round here and pick this while we're at it. Okay. Found a way eventually. As I suspected, no white markings here. Let us descend gently. Or at least somewhat gently. If we had a small dagger, we could call it dirk gently. You know. I'm sure you do. Well, if you don't, you don't, and that's okay. Don't pick it up, apparently. Right, so. Monster up the hill there. I don't believe... Oh, come on, game. Stop messing me about now. So if we just keep going through here, we'll get up to this little dead shit. Yeah, so nothing here. There's a mining spot, but not while that monster lives. And I believe there's a second one of them down here. Oh yeah. So with that out of the way, all I'm imagining left is somewhere up near the mercenaries hall. Oh, now, that's back down there in the valley. But I do believe there's this path here. Oh, beetle. Excellent. Well, hold on a moment. If we're going to fight a beetle, let's hammer it up. Oh, okay, hang on. Oh, right. How bad is this beetle? It's about that bad, okay. Oh, for fuck's sake, Tristan. Smack it, that's right. Ouch. Well, we have plenty of food to eat. And we're working on a stat point, so here we go. Let's have this. Nothing overtly down there. Let's have this as well. And this. And see what else we can discover. Oh, we can't climb that one. Interesting. Ah, come on, game. Okay, second beetle. That's right, you get it. You practice striking them with all your might. Your very life may depend on it at some point. So that's back down there to the farms, isn't it? And where does all this go? Alright, let's go back this way. Because I believe there was another path ascending the hillside. And it may yet take us where we seek. With the green mushrooms lighting the way. Oh, hello. That's a rather large, impressive archway. Oh, I hear one of those beasts. I don't see it, mind you. And I don't want to go tumbling over the edge in the evening gloom. I see it now. Okay. Oh, this looks horribly similar to the other location, doesn't it? But with two mining spots. Alright. Wait. This isn't the way I came. Actually, I think it is. If the mapping spot is in there, I do not see it. Hang on. Those two locations connect. That's an interesting development. And it does seem that at the moment, it's in our best interest to be Hammerman for a while. Wait a minute. I don't believe it's on the ground here by the camp. And that would be rather simplistic if it was.
Whew. They're so fresh on Greyshaft.
It was probably worth ruling it out anyway. Now let's see if we can get to the docks before morning. Probably shouldn't have wasted the time coming up to the camp. we can put on a burst of speed to cut through the outskirts and absolutely disturb all of the residents in our hurry to enter town. Let's do that. Let's just make it sound like some absolutely desperate traveller is trying to get inside the city walls and get mugged, or worse, before daylight. Ooh.
I had a
two
couple
not going to
maulers
bed.
howling at the walls yesterday.
Apparently
They
those
were
two never
fierce.
sleep. And we can expect city lag to be what city lag is, I suppose. So I'm thinking we head down to the docks, have a look for the captain, and then go sleep in our bed until morning. That chicken's just been awkwardly disturbed. I think it was inside the crate. I don't think it's just jumped down into it. And it doesn't... There's another one running around. Yeah, I think they've dropped the crate. It's broken open and chickens are bursting out and rushing off. And some young woodcutter who looks rather like Tristan is rushing in from the side. Just as another man appears to be dodging away from the chickens in agitation. Because they've just come bursting out, he's just reacting suddenly without necessarily realising what is causing the ruckus. Whereas that bald man in the background with a thick leather headband just continues to hammer away at the wooden board. Completely oblivious to the chickens. They haven't registered on his senses just yet. Just as if we rush too quickly and the game stutters and lags, certain enemies and foes may not register on our senses until it is too late and we have run into trouble. Let's obviously hope that does not occur. Okay, game. Do I chuck another 1,000 in the bank? That feels like a long-term investment, and at the moment I feel I may need some more short-term resources at my disposal. Another reason to prevent myself from running. Oh, he tripped up in some... He tripped over some logs that someone had left in the middle of the road. I thought he fell down dead when I heard that sound. So yeah, we don't want to alert the guards and have them think we're doing something illegal and attack us. Or chase us.
I've heard of him and his sticky fingers.
Hey, 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 hey. Ooh, now. Where might we find a white sign in the city? The graveyard, perhaps, or down by the docks, where we rescued that girl. I don't think there was one there. If we jog a little, instead of going at a full mad dash, we might be okay. And increase our chance of arriving before it's too early in the morning. Well, we should be able to go to the bank in the morning and get our 25 or 50 or 75 gold, which will encourage us to donate a whole 1,000 to the greedy I say galloping, a greedy devouring bank. But honestly, we're working our way towards a new skill point, and we'd like to have some money to learn. To pay to a trainer or teacher, so that we may increase our abilities. Now, obviously, we don't need to spend our skill points straight away. And we're not going to get 5,000 anytime soon. Our returns from a bank will remain fairly meagre until we increase our investment. But we might literally want 350 to spend on a skill. Now, let the great search begin. I will not enter the inn first, but rather explore down here, where I've seen him before. Ah, there you are, good man.
I found Illida.
Alive?
Alive, but scared to death. Should already be back home by now.
Great work. To be honest, I never thought we'd make such a great team.
Seriously?
Well, I make mistakes sometimes too. Here's your cut.
Indeed. May I never need to search for you ever again. Because it's really inconvenient. And yes, I imagine she is, you know, home safe and sound by now, given that it's taken 2 or 3 bloody days to find you here. Again. Although I will know in future if I do play this game again at some point, because the developers seem to really want you to focus heavily on a rapier playstyle, which is what I'm not doing. And they do seem to rather heavily favour the 3 men over the Order of the 7. Then I will know that he is not always only at the inn, but can also be found around in the area during the hours of darkness. It's just that that's where he starts it. This should be Fillmore, I believe. It is. When it comes to Norbert's belongings, I'm led to believe there is a bag of Norbert's stuff in his house. It's either you click on the bag and it's like take Norbert's stuff, or you open some chest or container inside, there's an item, there's a that looks like a bag called, you know, Norbert's belongings or whatever. I have not found that in either of the houses that have been made out to be his. So the game could be buggy and withholding this item from me, or I've not found the correct house, or while I've been able to interact with one chest in each of those 2 houses, I have not been able to interact with any bag or sack. No sparkling interaction lights above such a thing. So I might just have to go and have a proper look. You know what? In theory, as I am right here, and it's supposed to be those 2 houses down on the waterfront, there's no time like the present. So this is the direction in which we should be headed. So let us save the game. So in theory it is one of these 2 houses. why not take a look inside? Now, additionally, in theory, they may have dumped his stuff outside, like round the back or something, because they don't want it. Although that doesn't appear to be the case, does it? Let us pry open a locker or two. Game? What happened? Apparently, our dexterity is so high now that we can automatically open locks of a certain level of complexity. However, we don't get the experience for opening those. And yes, I did just press tab to close my inventory because I've been playing Monomyth recently. So let's go look for this sack or bag. Nothing so far. And I'm incredibly aware they may be an occupant. So. Okay. We'll keep going. And come on, game. It's interesting, when we get to one of these bits we can move the lockpick both ways, only one of which will be correct, but we can try both and we won't accidentally be resetting it back to the position we've moved it from. So, Norbert's possessions! Excellent! Get the hell out of here. Ooh, sound cut out strangely there. I swear that sack was never there before. So we can rest or head towards the camp where Norbert resides and see him sometime in the morning. Sure, that'll give us more time to build up interest in the bank. And maybe run into some ruffians on the way out of town, especially if I head through the artisan district. However, I don't want to run into two at once, especially if they have rapiers.
One speed to your brother.
So first off, I am saving the game, just in case rapier bastards assail us in the night. I think we'll be okay unless we go exploring the alleyways on the southern side of the district. And why run during the night? Well, in case it becomes night time again by the time we reach the camp where the man resides. It's a tree, not people lurking and skulking up on rooftops. Tristan, be not afraid. Although now that you're heading through this alley, be afraid. I'm not sure you've travelled through here too many times at night, but I think enough to know if there is danger or not. Let's absolutely go for it. Dash health a lever down this alley and then slow it down as you reach the guard. Maybe even tip your cap at him slightly and give him a little nod on the way past, like evening officer, at about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Not suspicious at all. Don't mind us. And he's like, mate, you don't look rich enough for me to assume you've done a crime and extort money out of you. And I can't be asked to beat you up. I'm too busy dozing on watch and getting paid for it. So just fuck off and don't give me any trouble and I'll give you none either. And out of town we go. Might as well have a look around the... Okay, let me think. Where in the outskirts could we find a white map spot? I don't think it's somewhere near the mercenaries' hall. I don't think it's under the beetle that we slew. Okay, let's make a bit of noise. Have they gone to bed yet? They have. Thank goodness for that. Now there is a hunter here. I don't suppose he is... Nah, he's not guarding such a mark. And he wants 10 good hides, so we should be extra cautious about accidentally selling leather. Was there one by the ruins over this way? With the second... Oh, bother. The second scroll. We'd still like to find a rune with a first scroll. Which is apparently somewhere to the northeast or southwest of here. So this is where I was looking. So there's the torch. Hello. We'll have that. And be on our way. That sounded briefly dangerous there, like something had disturbed a small stick on the ground. And yes, I said on the ground, I could have said stick on the grass, stick in their arse, but I'm not going to be quite so crass just yet. Up here, this isn't particularly going to help us, but we can have a quick gander. I don't believe there's any such mark in their training ground. Or even behind it, but I saw this and decided to claim it. Let's have a little look up here near the tower. I don't believe there is any such mark. Out over this way. Now this would make a lot of sense if it were such a location, but that doesn't seem to be the case. And we know there's no white mark on the ground near that tower. Also, we're aware that the high point on the broken roof of the tower does not appear to be a mapping point. But there is something there we could light and ignite, although we don't particularly have a reason to do so yet. Now I'll take a left here to avoid the stomping ground of the old lizard. And instead head through where the rat walkers were. That looks like I can pick it. Oh, it really does, doesn't it? Excellent. Not that we have a recipe for hail sprouts just yet. And I'm sensing we may really have travelled quite far. I could check the price of boxing here. Let's not just do that. So we know there's a teleporter spot over there, and we're aware that the teleporter spot white lines are a very different pattern. That, however, appears to be something we may be able to approach from the other side. It looks like a large slab of stone, a large slab of stone blocking some kind of entrance. I would surmise at this point that the exploration point in the outskirts might not look like a big white pattern on the ground, seeing as we've explored most of the outskirts and simply have not seen one yet. And we are also now definitely in a different kind of territory. Having seen blue wisps down in the valley below here, I'm reluctant to head, to stand still and check my map that close to their territory at this time of night. Although looking at our map now, yeah, we're definitely out of the outskirts. If the High Fort could be part of the outskirts, so we could explore down there. Let's make our way at a relaxed pace towards the camp and try to find Norbert. And say, hey, we've committed grand larceny and returned your stuff to you. Don't you want your house back or something? And he'll be like, no, this is enough for me somehow, for some reason. And hey, how do we get up there? Climbing up that side, maybe. That is a gap we are probably not supposed to attempt to traverse. Looks like we're not getting up there from this side. Even harder from that side. I was imagining we would climb up there and drop down. That looks like a drop down point. That does. Maybe from above then. Oh well. Let's get out of the water, Tristan. don't seem to... There we go. You don't seem that eager to emerge from the water yet. So attempting to clamber from this side. Okay, maybe from here. Right. Hang on now. Hello. Oh! You really don't want to go up there, do you? But you did. I think we don't particularly want to go fight that thing today. Ooh. Ugh. And we can eat the last of those to get it out of our pack. We should probably be well watered as well, but what else can we put in there? We've got some milk, stamina potion, some booze. Our immunity is 84. Okay, well hang on. Immunity capped at 99 again. Oh, Norbert, are you awake? Have you roused yourself from your rude mattress on the ground? Parted ways of the earth and risen once more to receive your daily goods. Oh, this is going to be the best morning you've had in a very long time. And if you want us to go back and see Zlatar, that's not him. That's the man who runs the camp, I think. I believe he has a hat. I believe I may have seen him already. That's the wrong hat, isn't it? Very much the wrong hat. This, on the other hand, is the correct hat.
I got to visit your house recently. Brought some of your belongings back.
Ah, thanks so much.
We get experience and money. Mostly experience. Good stuff. So now what? We're not going to take that knife. Ooh. What have I got today? A guardsman's crossbow. We might have one of those. Just seeing if there's any new news. I think I may have seen most of these already. Alright, let's leave it at that. Let's revisit our home and check the garden. As plants may have grown. One could imagine they have grown quickly, but one can also imagine they may have been growing before we went and renovated the garden. We haven't planted all the seeds ourselves. So it's just some crops coming to fruition. Slowly. And hey, this fence looks... No, it doesn't. Okay, it doesn't look that new. So, to the garden then. Oh, that's a lot of... Yeah, we'll take all that lot. Definitely. That will help keep our potions rolling in. Do we want to invest in some more repairs and upgrades? It would be nice to get some of the stat upgrades. 1857 skills. What skills do we want to get? So 650 for rare trophies, 350 for hunters and mark, 650 for combat cunning, which would lead to advanced survival, which would allow us to create potions while camping. We want the 5,000 for expert crafting, but that's going to take a long time. We could grab armor reinforcing, but it would be nice to actually have some armor to reinforce. 650 for either of these would be nice as well. We could get 29, we could get the 30 next level. 5 or 25, any of these close. 45 or 50, whatever this is. We haven't been doing it recently. 68 of 100 is good. And I imagine at least one of these is to do with archery. 0.5 is 0.350. That could be an archery one. And these, of course, all remain hidden. So, unless we're planning on investing in the bank, or saving up for better crafting in 3 levels time, let's look at these. Decent interior would lead to royal interior, and it probably makes sense to improve the interior before the exterior. But the health increase would be really nice, wouldn't it? That would be the final upgrade there. We have the warehouse. And then we could start working on these. Workshop is expensive. Alchemy table. I'm looking at these to see if any of them appear to be in the same location. Okay, that's nice and outside. I think that's just to the right of us, maybe. And it's actually fairly cheap. Ooh. $800 or 1,000. Do you want to buy a better helmet? Probably. 40 health is pretty big though. So shields and shelves on the walls and a better bed. Let's grab this. Oh, 25 stamina. That's probably not the stat, that's probably the bar. Whereas that's probably the stat. STM and stamina. Okay, one moment. Let's take a look inside. And firstly, that
disgusting.
Is
Clearly
still on
there's
the floor.
A pest in here.
And I was checking this is still here. We got the one picture and that's it. Fancy shields on the wall. Maybe we can mount things on those. Oh, we can. Presumably we stick weapons on them, but we're not going to use ever again. A luxury we cannot truly afford just yet. We can't use this. We have this board. Oh no, it's an animal hide over the bed. That key really looks like we should be able to use it. And a nice shelving unit up there. All this lot still hasn't been sorted out. Or this, or this, or that. We'll probably work on those in the future. Right. And at some point it would be nice to... Hello. So that is the kind we do not get to map from. But let us see what sort of tasks we have remaining. Somewhere in the swamp at the moment, and we don't know where the swamp is. Although... Just keep outskirts, Grey Shaft, Alpha and Omega we have not visited yet. Evarsby Village we also have not visited. Dark Forest, which may or may not lead to the swamp, allegedly. The mines. Oh, the mine is not far from here, actually. Frozen Valley. Don't know what Frozen Valley is. Okay, hang on. And we may actually be considered in the mines area already. We need to retrieve the letter. So, search for Hollow. Not looking forward to that. Wait and see. Probably next chapter. Benefactors. Too many archers. Too many arrows stunlock us. We need to try and find a good way of dealing with them. Or just being a much better fighter. Find the troublemaker near that place. Not sure who just yet. Would it be bizarre if we've actually found him and he was that brigand leader with the two-handed axe and we just haven't gone and reported it to the guard yet? Find 3 targets, that's going to be awkward. Ask Millers. Find a Lucider stone. Well, we know there's one in the Freeman's camp, but we don't want to steal it. Maybe there's one in the mine. And we don't really have access to the vine just yet. Mine. Blech. What, report to Lavinia again? We can't do the cloth until we sort out this one. This is a long way off. Find Ronald's stash. Ah, yes. This seems to be incompletable now. We don't want to do that one. Complete all projects. It's a work in progress. Magwo's going to have to wait. We brought him a couple of things already, mind you. We don't know where the customs officer is, and he's not really a customs officer. Track down and kill the beast near the freehold. Not looking forward to that. I presume the beast we've slain was not it. Burning Tower, yeah, of course. We need to find these. More Ranta. Okay. So... if we look at our map, we could attempt to head into the Alpha and Omega zone. It's very dangerous here. Approaching from this direction might get us in, but it could be very risky. We know there's powerful monsters down this road. Where does these roads lead? They look horribly like dead ends. Ooh, fishing village. Wait. Okay. Because we can go down this way, right? That's the 3 woodcutters, so this would be where the rat walkers are dwelling. We could go pay those rat walkers a visit, couldn't we? I've tried exploring the dark forest through the avenues available to me, and it's been very dangerous. So maybe I should just explore this area instead. See if this gets me to the swamp. So, we don't want to go to the fishing village. We do want to head up here and check our map. So we want to take the first turning on the right, which I think we know where that is, and the second one, yeah, it's just going to be a matter of seeing how things go. And if it is Rat Walkers, maybe I should be Hammerman again. I should definitely be Helmet Man when it comes to Rat Walker time. Now, we have loading spikes here, so let's just slow down and let it happen. Whatever that sound is, it's not our footsteps. And it sounds like people chopping logs. Fishing village, grey shaft. None of these point towards a marsh or swamp. I think maybe we should investigate this little hollow today. And if I'm going to do that, I should probably save the bloody game. For some reason, I'm not doing that. Okay. Feel the might of a hefty pole.
Come at me!
Oh shit. That's more like it, Tristan. Keep whacking it. Well done. Now, what was it guarding down here? We can search for water at a later time. Okay, definitely saving now. I spy with my little eye something beginning with one of those nasty tunneling burrowing beasts. Nice. Tell you what. This hammer's doing good work on that creature. Although that one hit it got in was really nasty. This may or may not be safe to mine. Doesn't sound entirely safe. The flower looks like a trap. Okay, I think this is really safe. I think we've cleared this cavern. And now we can mess up the mining game a few times. So let's do that. Go for it, Tristan. Get some metal. Close. Not even remotely close. Okay. Oh! Yes! Shit. Well, we tried. Different metals, perhaps? Ooh, so close. It is hard. Oh, not quite. So coal, we're taking this. That's for special potions, isn't it? Oh, what's this? It's easier to hit the sweet spot. Probably by design. He says now missing it twice after 3 successful... Yeah, there we go. I'm going to presume we'll use that crystal ore at some point for crafting. And that maybe we can climb up there and get whatever that is. Okay. Good. This one's nice and slow as opposed to the quicker ones. It's more relaxed. Ah, it's overshot slightly. Okay, looks like we're not getting those rocks up there. But hey, we'll eat another one of these. Because if we eat the other 3, I think we're looking at a stat boost. And while we're here, sod it. Let's check the water. Oh wow, okay. Hang on. Breathe, Tristan, breathe. Is there? No, there's no kind of secret underwater tunnel. Anything special down here? Nope. We'll just get out. So we got something. I think it was called Rutlands. Rutmane. A bitter mix of tobacco and smoking mushrooms. Squid approved. Squid being the smoker on the beach at the beginning of the game. Right, okay. Had to think about that one. So close. And being this close, we should be aware that we are also rather close.
What a nightmare.
And nothing's likely to change.
What do you say?
Thick fog.
To some rat walkers
One
who are about to
almighty.
become hammer bait.
You know what people are saying?
Let's do it. Nothing about falling in love, unless it's for love of splatting rat walkers with a big hammer. Which I am certain can be quite pleasurable. Alright, you lot. Where are you hiding? Yep, throw a skull. Bow for you. And again, please. Then come get hit. Oh, thank you, two of you. Got him. So with that taken care of, I see wolf, it shall die. But first off, I take pride in having made this road marginally more safe. I'm not going to spend my level up points yet, even though I really could. This is the path we wish to follow. Icy Ridge. Probably not where we want to go then. Well struck. Not so well. Keep a tree stump between us, Tristan. Okay, bit of a problem there. Oh, come on. Yeah, mate, you asked for that. So this, then, would be a new region for us to explore. And if this path leads to an icy ridge down here, that's probably a large area, so the swamp is probably down this way. That's the mine, so we need to explore. Ooh, down here then, somewhere, presumably. And what is that hanging thing from the tree? Dangling so precariously and brightly lit. Like
You asked for it.
some kind of archery target, okay?
What? You're a strong one, scum.
Ow! Bloody hell, Tristan, move! Fucking hit him! Or don't, you useless bastard! Now I have to kill the rat walkers again. You shit. Just stand there letting it hit you 3 times when I've pressed the attack button already. Fucking useless. Right. I want to kill that wolf again too. That orange glowing target-like thing looks suspiciously like I'm supposed to shoot it down. Let's play Splat the Rat. Where's the other one? Ow. Where? Oh, okay, there. Right. Found him. So, bit of a mystery solved. Now, come on. I know I didn't get to loot this one, because I was busy running away trying to find the other one. Oh well, it won't be anything that vital. And now we know where this road leads. And it's somewhere very dangerous, and we'll get to fight a wolf. Somewhere around here. Okay. For God's sake. Oh, fuck off. Right, you're just fucking cheating. But enough of this. Better. This is why we don't use hammers against wolves.
Come at me!
Wait, don't call them dancers with sledgehammers for nothing, you know. Oh, fuck off! Now we can get killed by the brigands again. Although it looks like we get to leave safely. Let's have the last one. There we go. Insight, apparently, for that one. Oh, God. You know what? I'm going to have to reload because I can't remember what I've just eaten. Right, what the fuck is it? It is for mushrooms. Okay. Well, now that we've established that, let's try to actually be able to loot both rat walker corpses for once. Hey you. Are you going to turn around and let me fight you at some point? Because you, pal, are heading for a hammer-shaped hole in your head.
Come at me!
Fucking hell. Okay. Got him. Now let's... wait. Well, we'll pick that, and then we'll go look for the other one. It's around here somewhere. It certainly is. Oh, fuck off then. You're just gonna cheat and not let me fight? I was swinging before he threw that. Now let's go track down that wolf and take massive damage. Hopefully less than last time, because that was a bit ridiculous. So now we can check the signpost and see that it says the icy ridge, so this is not a swamp at all. Swamps tend to be on lower ground and not on high ridges, and if it's a frozen swamp, it's probably not the one we're looking for. Now we haven't seen, but now we have. There it is. Yeah, get clubbed, mate. Twice. I mean, hey, if I can go all 3 times in and miss completely. Got the bugger. So this is clearly not the path we desire to take, and we'll eat another one of those because it brings us closer to our mushroom delight and insight gain. Now this path down here, past the woodcutter's camp, if that leads to the icy ridge, this probably leads there as well. We could go and have a look for some road signs.
Will you look at that?
What's he wearing that
order,
junk?
man.
And he's not stinking drunk.
Not yet, at any rate.
Maybe I should move to the village.
Why is he wearing
The
that
city
junk?
makes me sick.
Mijar's men seem to be angrier than usual.
I heard their gang.
Right, well let's save again before exploring. I've explored this way already quite significantly, haven't I? Because of the broken tower, but there's this path here I would like to explore. Off to the right, apparently. Allegedly, there's a path over here. I'm not seeing it. Really not seeing it. Is it underwater? It could be. Well, I'll leave it for now then. And instead head back to the Free Hunters camp and try the roads from there. No, that's just leading further. I mean, the Icy Ridge is probably a large region.
Have you seen how fat the guard captain's face is, though? Won't fit through the entrance soon.
My bones are aching again. Been trying all sorts of ointments.
So, if the Icy Ridge is down here, and possibly here as well,
Why we even have guards? Rough, to be sure. Life goes on.
and the Dark Forest is
This is nothing in comparison.
down here,
What a nightmare.
I think the swamp is one of these regions, to be honest.
Wandering the streets and yelling like a bloody fool again.
I'm pretty sure this is a dead-end path. Yeah, gotta be. Alright. We could attempt to find a map point near the mine. Or what do we want to do? Do we want to go to the Alpha and Omega farms or the Dark Forest? If we go for the Dark Forest, it takes us towards the city where we may find people who can teach us the skills we desire. Speaking of which, skills.
Rough, to be sure. But life goes on.
Sometimes I wonder why we even have guards.
Happens all the time, you know.
Maybe I
Rare
should-
trophies would be good for our income.
The city makes me sick.
These freemen are just bandits with a fancy name.
You think so?
Of course.
Needs dexterity
Why would any good
35. We
man
can
just
get
back
that
off
from
their own
upgrading the
beliefs
house.
like that?
People say they're actually roaming the fields.
Stamina
And you
20,
seem
we
to
can
know
work
too
on
much
that.
about
So,
Should I
stamina
call
20,
the guard?
fortitude 25,
Please don't. I just thought it would be a nice joke.
and strength
The
30.
bandits around here have grown fearless. Someone was
There's our
robbed
strength
right in
30.
the outskirts recently.
What a nightmare.
Stamina
Death has come
or
to our
fortitude.
island.
We'll go fortitude a
Soon we
point.
will be dead too.
Maybe someone will come and save us.
Nobody cares.
But the one almighty. Have you seen how fat the guard captain
May very well be
faces
worth
are?
it.
Won't fit through the entrance soon.
Something was banging around in the cellar all night. Couldn't bring myself to risk checking what it was.
I heard the
All right,
orders
we're headed
buzzing
back
out
towards
in
the city.
cellar all night.
Yeah, they've been running their feet off lately.
Must be some kind of a
They
commission
arrested
coming
someone
from
in
the
the port
capital.
last night. I heard.
Bread prices went up again.
And we should definitely check the bank when we get there. Ooh. Wait, just in case. Okay, no real new locations there. I still hear the cutting. Which would suggest, but we are nowhere near this. Yeah, we are. This is where we heard the chopping as well, by the by that road. So the sound is coming across from down there somewhere. Probably some sort of illegal logging operation. Which we're almost equipped to handle. We are, however, running away from an alchemist's workbench we could be using. So, let's hope our 14 flasks of Wolfsbane are going to be enough. I need to check the system requirements for the Gothic remake again. I think my computer can handle it, but I'm not certain. It might be similar to this game in that there may be a few stuttering issues, and we'll see. Let's just go visit the mine briefly. Now, that tower up there let us scout out the fishing village. And the mine is probably quite large and underground. The scouting location may actually be below ground. And if we are going to a mine, it's worth keeping our hard hat on. Safety first. Make it look like we're a professional. And actually, this does look a little bit like a mining pick, doesn't it? Okay. We've got ourselves a building. That doesn't open. What's this? Torches and hunter's traps. We don't have the skill to use traps yet. There are guards there. And up here, a way around. Leads back to the building. And some kind of dead end. Okay, I hope we're not going to get in trouble for being in here. This is a stealing area. That's a lot of weapons on the wall. Okay. Well, let's go and introduce ourselves.
Hey! Stop right there! Where do you think you're going?
Nowhere. What is this place?
Mines! What does it look like?
Why are you guarding them?
Hey! Wouldn't you guard the last egg-laying hen in your chicken coop?
I don't know.
Go, don't know, somewhere else.
Alright, Tristan. In which case, don't even ask if they're going to let you in. Well, let's take our helmet off. We're not going to be heading underground anywhere particularly dangerous anytime soon. And even though we now have the strength to use this hammer quite comfortably, I mean, we don't. 24, we're still a couple of points shy. Let's switch back to our sword, because we can. And maybe start planning ahead for our next level up. So we want 25 fortitude in 2 levels time. Can we have that? I believe we can. If we put 1 point in each level, that frees us up to put 1 in stamina or 1 in strength, presumably. And it's almost worth trying to sharpen this sword, but we know what a nightmare it is. Alright, let's make tracks.
I need something to drink right now.
Okay. We have a few options, good fellow. Let's try this. No obvious mapping location near the mine just yet. It could indeed be underground. That would be pretty horrific. But the mine is probably quite a large, sprawling area. So if there's only one good mine left on the island, because the others have all been emptied out, that is something. Let's go take a greedy look. Because if we're only spending 650, we can't afford anything, but we can look. So, these are both expensive. It would be nice, but I'd like to get something else done first. Maybe this. Make it feel justified. Warehouse. Could. Oh yeah, these things, there are more further down. Good. Fortitude would be great, actually. For now, though, let's just leave it. And yes, I'm aware we're 5 points below full health, but I don't want to waste a consumable on just that. Okay, no road sign to the marsh. Let's just keep exploring then. All I can hope is that if I'm having this much difficulty getting to the marsh, then hopefully the gang of knaves who are after the same villains as us are having an equally hard time getting there. Sure, they know the way, they know the place, but the dangers are still going to be the same, right? We just have the disadvantage of not knowing where we're going or how to deal with these dangers. Let's not risk it. We'll just continue on this path and suffer a few loading spikes as we cross the bridge. Ooh, eventide already, I see. Well, in that case, if we aim for the Order of the Seven, rest overnight, then train in the morning, when we've still got plenty of energy from a good night's sleep, that should be pretty good. Or we could go get beaten up by a Ranta champion, and that's probably something I should practice a few times off screen first. Ay, ay, ay. Wait. So the Dark Forest is down that way. We also know we can reach the Dark Forest down this way somehow. That goes into the Dark Forest. there may very well be more than one. Ooh. That's strange. We should probably revisit the hunter's camp at some point, now that we've defeated the brigands who were preventing us access around here. And what's this? Well, there are locations we should explore. I'm spending too long thinking about whether that may be a shortcut. I'm pretty sure it isn't. It almost would be if we were going in a slightly different direction. Man, if only we could find that map point for the outskirts. That would be so nice. Let's keep running. Easy, bear left, bloody bucket.
You think so?
Of course. Why would any good man just feck off to roam the woods like that?
People say they're actually
I don't think we do want to sell our guardsman's crossbow. Oh, that reminds me, actually. We can now create crossbow bolts, I believe. We could go try that at the woodcutter's camp.
Oh, what a thick fog.
Now this should increase our damage with our two-handed weapons by a little bit, so that's all good. And most importantly of all, we've dealt with Norbert's quest. We've got our reward for rescuing the girl who was about to be sold off into a life of slavery. Or worse. I don't remember if we ever told her our name. Don't know to whom she would feel grateful. Maybe we are destined to become Ponytail Man after all. Let's check in at the barber's. Yeah, I'm on game. You can load this. I believe in you. Ooh. Maybe we could get another book from a bookshelf or some more pies to start eating for another stat bonus. I don't like munching too much of the same thing in a row. We should vary his diet a bit, so just make a note of what he needs, get all the things, and then just enjoy it and keep it varied up. I believe one of the stat unlocks, or things on the character sheet, is for eating a lot of cooked meals. When we're camping or at campfires. So we should definitely look into that. Maybe even learn to make some nicer meals. That would be better crafting though, which we don't have, or better survival. Both of which require larger amounts of money, and it's probably too late to go to the bank now.
Why is he wearing that junk?
Which means when we wake up for training in the morning, it will also probably be too early to go to the bank. But we could go and check, couldn't we? That would be nice. Might as well check while we're here. I'm not going to train before sleeping because we've done all this running around and it will tire us out. We want to be awake, focused, not fatigued for training. Is it too late to visit the bank? Yes, it is. Wow, game. Camera, keep on turning. There we go. Well, we'll head off to Betty Buys, and we'll be looking for ways to gain experience on the morrow. We should probably also check what weapons we can sell, as we seem to have picked up a few, but I don't think... And we could visit the bookshop, buy some more books. Apparently if we read a lot of books, that gives us a good insight bonus as well. Like every book in the bookshop. And we still could get the second book about that war. Let's put on a bit of a burst of speed, as our resting spot is in sight,
One speed
as
to
it were.
you, brother.
It would be nice to check the food list before leaving town so I could visit the bakers, but I can't. The game doesn't like being shrunk down with this update, especially not with these performance issues. So we'll just let Tristan get a good night's rest and do his training in the morning. Also, saving and loading in the city is not ideal at the beginning and end of episodes. So I may need to traipse outside then come all the way back in awkwardly next time. For now though, let us sleep. I'm certain we've earned this. Oh! And with 30 strength we can use that mace now, can't we? The one-handed mace. Let's take a moment to compare it to the one we have crafted. So, 33 damage, 15% thrown off balance, compared to 19 damage, 15% thrown off balance. Yeah, okay. Couldn't care less if your enemy's wearing a helmet. Quite right too, just smack him in the body. Right. Obviously we don't have this 35 yet, and that is very nice. Let us master our craft.
Are you going somewhere? Do you need supplies?
Now that you mention it, actually.
Fog's rolling.
We could pick up this perfect dodge as it leads towards crossbow skills, but we haven't found whoever teaches whatever these skills might be yet. And you can sell us... I'm pretty sure I have weapon sharpening kit. Don't know about the armor reinforcing kit. Let's hold off on all these expensive things. But we have at least perused his wares. With that out of the way, we want to... 46. It'll be more noticeable with a 58 base damage. I believe the ponytail man in the Gothic game doesn't use shields ever either. Who's this?
Fog's rolling in. Weather
Nameless
looks
no one.
grim.
Beltran, Good Sir Knight. Teach me of your craft. So 10% more damage, up from 5% more damage. So it'll be like 3-ish points. Wait, damn it. 58. Yeah, about 3 if I'm lucky. Unlocks finishers and adds a new set of combo attacks. Okay. So our damage should now be 60 or 61. And then we'll swap back to the sword. And now our crafted mace is inferior to the one we are capable of wielding. We're looking at 48 with the sword instead of 46. It's all good. It doesn't have any special bonus like the swords we have created. It's probably too early to visit the bank or visit the blacksmith. We could go upstairs to bed again and waste a whole load of the day. So let's do that. Have a nice little rest after our training session. Let those tense muscles relax and just ease the stiffness out of them. There we go. I'm not sure we'll get much sleeping done. Might be a bit restless. Now, I could sell the crafted mace here, but I think if I focus on selling the crafted weapons to the blacksmith who teaches me how to use them, how to create them, they will essentially be replacing the slots that the recipes held in his inventory. So I won't be overfilling his inventory. Not that the weapons trader here in the guild has a particularly overfull inventory. His seems pretty sparse, with lots of space for me to sell things. Let's go see if I can offload some of these weapons.
Keep your head safe.
Now, steel may require iron in its crafting, so I'm not eager to smelt all the iron I've found just yet. Hey, what happened to the option to sell him some weapons? Okay. Well, I can sell this.
I won't fleece you.
This would be a nice upgrade to save up for. Okay. We could learn some kind of new... So that's a stamina booster. Health booster. But we can't make it. That 36 for 25. Big upgrade on these. Better than this by far, not so much by that would be really nice, but we need the expert crafting, for which we need a vast amount of money. So 13 for 15, 21 for 25, okay. So we can go sell that at the marketplace. Hold on to this. I could hold on to these for smelting purposes, or I could really just start selling them soon. Let's go to market and sell a dagger. But let us also visit the bank first. Now, Tristan, it's time for a little passive income. I know it was a massive investment and you're probably never going to get it all back. And there's the obvious trap of investing more. Let's take some out. $275, nice, okay. So about that helmet. You're not quite there yet, but it's a nice idea, and you could sell this one for a very little amount. Let's head off to market, and then presumably out of town. Now, we are significantly more combat capable. Our sword skill increase is, you know, considerably more useful than the stats we gained from the level this time. How are we going to get 5,000 gold over the course of the next 2 levels? It may be very tricky. We might have to end up getting something else first instead. Hello. I like your daggers. I would like to sell you some daggers. And hey, Masters is probably steel, but that is a ridiculous selling price. So, Journeyman's rapier. That's a good sell price. 10 crit chance is ridiculously good. Acolytes. Again, ridiculous. Crafting ingredients, probably. Alright.
Come on over! Take a look!
I think overall we've finished in town. Is it worth taking our hammer
Fresh!
to the
Everything's
beetles
tasty!
outside in the forest and trying to make our way through them? It's tricky because there are 3 of them and we don't really want to go at one at a time. I'm not so sure. Now, we've progressed our character by gaining a level this episode and completed a couple of quests. But we haven't really made much progress on our main quest yet.
These freemen are just bandits with a fancy name.
You think so?
I believe the path past the small hunting camp that we now have access to again leads into the dark forest as well, and that may be a better avenue of exploration than through the old wolf caves. Well, a different angle of approach, different angle of attack, another way in, as it were. We do know that it leads to some very nasty tough mercenaries who we are almost definitely not able to deal with. And we've defeated another one of those what's-it creatures, so I don't think it's enough. 5 of 6, one more. Ooh. Okay. Yep, 15 more tunnel beasts. We have defeated an adult one though, so that was good at some point. 7 more of these. Horrific. There is still the Hobster Warrior near Radim's cabin. It's these I should be looking at. 8 of 10. Maybe I should look for that cabin in the woods where there's a lot of these guys hanging out. One of 2. Ooh, okay. Oof. Not looking forward to trying another one of these. Alright. I could go try tackle the 3 rat walkers, but I can take that both directions, right? I can't bottleneck them on the bridge. Maybe coming through the ruins the other way may help.
Bandits around here have grown fearless. Someone was robbed right in the outskirts recently.
And go. So instead of taking our usual turn to the left, let's head on straight ahead towards the Inn of the King's Brother and the small hunting camp that we found so many nights ago. I'm not quite sure I could say so many moons ago. I'm not sure it's been a month, but it's been a lot of nights. And yes, that sounds like wood being cut again. We'll have to be careful about that. Easy there, Tristan. And expect loading spikes anytime now. There we go. I know this area well enough. Maybe there'll be a new Lazar on the road to the hunting camp. There's a fort. But what there is here is a ranter fighter that I need to beat, and I could absolutely... Hey. Damn it, I thought one of them said to the Dark Forest. But Iversby Village, virtually impossible to find, because the 2 road signs pointing to it lead to each other. Seems to be in that direction. Let's have a quick check for a big white mark on the floor. Nope. No large white graffiti. So we'll have a little dash. And then I'm reckoning we'll save by the ranter fighter for blatantly obvious reasons.
Why is he wearing that junk?
And maybe even try a few times before ending the episode. Okay. So, we got fighting stance, total defense, jawbreaker, taunt needs a lot of points. And reinvigorate, which we should leave in there. Leave out change tactics, the Might of Greyshaft, and change focus. We can try. That force is a problem. I mean, I didn't change anything, but sure. Oh, why do I do this to myself? Here we go.
I'm ready for Ranta.
Ha! Knew you were our man. Who do you want to face?
Well, there's only one left.
You've made your choice. Let the Ranta match begin.
So if he's constantly throwing up counter attacks, not necessarily every round. Let's try with our reduced deck. We have taunt. When we can get our taunt up for 6, we can do a block on the body. For now, let's gamble on him not attacking the legs. If we go... There we go. Okay, good. Tristan. Not so good. Ow. Well, that didn't quite work out as much as we'd hoped. So if we go hard on the body here, and hope he doesn't attack the same location twice. Okay, that's something. Good stuff. Now he is building up something really nasty. So he went legs then body. He could go head. Let's presume he's going head and legs. Big gamble. Probably shouldn't do this. Okay. Ow. Okay. Let's defend below the neck. Go heavy. Light. Hope he doesn't counter. Shit. He countered. We're fucked. Right. Jawbreaker is good, but messes it up next turn. Sure, we'll reinvigorate. Doesn't seem to be happening yet. Okay. Go da. 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 We'll guard head and body. Okay, just head apparently. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, he's done it now. We're dead. Because he always has that big finisher move. 732. Are we paying... It says we're paying 50, but are we paying...
I'm ready for Ranta.
Or is that just for prize money?
Knew you were our man. Who do you want to face? You've made your choice. Let the Ranta match begin.
Easy way to find out after this fight. So is our reduced deck going to play in our favour? We'll go really heavy on the legs. Gosh, shit damage. We're going to top and tail it and hope. Shit. Okay. Now, going in heavy. Maybe we need to be unpredictable. As well, to a degree. Shit. It's those 40 damage counters that mess us up. And his big build-up. Okay, let's see. That's really bad for us. Okay, how about... wait. And that's an extra attack. Take a gamble here. Shit! Well, that was absolute dog shit. Only 50. Okay.
I've heard of him and his sticky fingers.
One more time. I'll piss off autosave. We don't need that. So now we're losing.
I'm ready
money.
for Ranta.
Ha! You've
But
made it.
do we stand a fucking chance of this wanker? Probably not. Okay. Let's go like that, right? Throw in a counter of our own. Shit. Oh, fuck off. Right, fuck you, you bastard. Shouldn't have done that. Oh, fuck you! How does he even get that in round 2? He can fuck off. I'm not saving that. I mean, you can practice all you like, but when he pulls that shit out on the second round, you're just fucked. Alright, I'm going to end the episode here. See you all next time, guys. Bye for now.